Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we've got a fantastic haul, but this is almost a full face, so I thought what I'd do is I'd apply it on camera and do a quick little first impressions while I talk about the products. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. I'm going to start off, I've got two primers here. This is the Iconic Underglow Blurring Primer. And then I've got the Pie Impossible Glow Hyaluronic Acid and Sea Kelp Highlighting Drops. This one is in Rose Gold, I think. So we've got these. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try out the Iconic. And then we might put some of the Pie on the higher points of my face. So this looks like a bit of like a radiant serum. It's quite runny. It smells kind of like cocoa butter, so it kind of smells like chocolate. So I obviously do not hate that. If you're not into scented products, it might not be for you. I have got a little bit of Pixie Rose Balm that is in my project pan on underneath, just to give myself a bit more hydration. Oh, obviously it could be the mix of the Pixie and the primer because it seems to have only done it on my chin. But yeah, so there is a little bit of pilling. I will definitely have to try this one some more times and report back. I am just going to pop some of the Pie on the high points of my face. So this is really, really illuminating. I'm going to pop that on the cheekbones, nose, forehead, upper lip. To be honest, this is probably something I would use as a all over primer because that is really radiant and pretty, so I will probably try it as an all over primer at some point, but for today we'll keep it to where it's meant to be. Not that I really believe in that, but I quite like that. It looks really radiant, really pretty. I feel like it would be nice just mixed into moisturiser. For my eyeballs, I've finally picked up something new primer wise. My NARS is coming to an end. I'm always on the lookout for an eyeshadow primer that really works, because even though I like the NARS, it still doesn't stop me from creasing. So this is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. I'm going to give this one a go. This smells like most of the Too Faced range does. Not sure if I with a smelly eyeshadow primer, but there we go. It is completely clear, so if that's something you look for, I quite like a tinted primer. Obviously can't really give you an impression on that one. I'm excited for this one. This is Natasha Denona Retro Glam. Now when this first came out, I wasn't sure I was going to buy it, but me and Sam went to the Trafford Centre last week or a couple of weeks ago, and I saw it in person and I realised actually I did want it. So I think we're going to do greens today. So I'm going to go in with Fringe, which is this light colour here. I feel like my finger was completely covered in that. Is this one here. And we're just going to pop that into, ooh, that's powdery, into the crease. I think I'm going to do like a nice little like shimmery smoky eye. This is a really pretty colour. I just wasn't sure whether it was going to be more muted in person, but once I'd actually sort of seen it in person, I was like, yeah, I'm going to give that a go. I do also, after going into Selfridges, really like the look of the Dream palette as well, which wasn't something I was overly bothered by initially. I just again thought it was a bit sort of subdued and not something I'd enjoy. But now I've seen it in person again, it's one I'm looking to add to my Natasha Denona collection. Glad to let you know that this doesn't smell like anything, because we've put quite a few scented things on our face already today. So I'm just blending that Fringe shade in. This is really, really lovely. I feel like this would make a great just all over the lid shade. A bit of like dark green liner. Very, very powdery though. I'm going to take Sage now, which is this one here, and I'm going to pop that again into the crease. Oh, that's a really, really lovely colour. It's like a slightly blue toned green. I do love green and pink together, but I was just a little bit unsure of how neutral this was going to be. But obviously then I actually went and swatched it and I realised it was more colourful, muted, rather than like neutral colours, if that makes sense. And I'm just going to go in with a Spectrum KJH11, back in with fringe over the top of that, just to make sure it's nice and blended out. Really pretty so far. I very much like this. But like I said, very, very, very powdery. I am going to go with Oz on the lid, I think, which is this one here. And I'm going to pop it all over the lid. I'm going to do like a smoky moment. Let's see how this one is. Picks up nicely on a brush. Just remember that I've got no glitter glue, nothing like that down. It is just normal eyeshadow primer. That is really nice. It's not the most intense metallic in the world, but it is pretty. I'm going to pop a bit of evergreen on the outer corner, I think. She's on the other side of my brush, which is like a darker green, just to really deepen that up. That looks really nice. I am a big fan of that. I might even try this shade here, which is Jazzy, on the outer corner. Which side's the darker side now? I've forgotten. There we go, just to bring a bit of depth to that. I really like that. I think that looks really nice. So we're just going to go and do the same thing on the other side. So this palette isn't one I'm going to reach for all the time, but I think it's a really nice addition to my collection. It's a nice like springy palette. I like the tones a lot, so I like that. I think I might pop a bit of pink on the lower lash line, just so we can test out all the shades once we've done everything else. Right, so I'm a bit nervous about this one. This is the foundation I picked up. This is the HD Skin Matte Velvet Foundation from Makeup Forever. This is 1N10. Which might be a little bit too dark. I've got a brush, but I'm thinking maybe I should use my powder puff. So we're going to try it with this. This is the Dose of Lashes heart-shaped powder puff. I don't really know where to start with this. Let's start in the centre of the face. Let's see. Okay, so could be a bit dark, but with us going into the summer, that could work quite well. That is giving more coverage than I expected. It's going really nicely over that primer as well. Oh, okay. I normally feel a bit sort of indifferent about powder foundations, but this looks really nice. Even on my nose, where I am notoriously dry and flaky and gross, it even looks nice on there. This colour is definitely a little bit dark. I've had such a problem trying to get hold of the lighter shades. They seem to sell out immediately. And then when they came back in stock, I went to purchase, I think it was number 8. And it immediately went back out of stock again, which is how I ended up with 10. But I don't think it's a bad shade for me. It's the right tone. I just need a bit more of a tan. Which, to be fair, I have got some fake tan on my legs, so I'll match my legs. Maybe not my arms or my neck, but I'll match my legs. This looks really nice. Even like building it up on the nose. It looks... I am really impressed. I did not think I was going to like this. Or I thought it was going to be like, well, it's sort of okay, but everybody was talking about it and saying like even with dry skin they loved it. I'm shook. I am shook. Right, let's do concealer. I feel like I've got a lot of cream to put over this now. Maybe I should have done that first. I don't know, let's see how cream goes over it. This is the new Born This Way Eternal Light Illuminating Smoothing Concealer from Too Faced. This is going to look super light now. This is in the shade Sugar. Oh yeah, that looks really light now. Sponge is just falling out of there, don't worry, it's not the actual product. First off, doe foot's a bit small. but that's just the way I am. I've got a damp beauty blender here. Do I want to press it in with this? Yeah, let's just start it. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's just gone over that powder foundation really nicely, actually. Okay, so far so good. Let's go for this next. Finally got my hands on Bondi Bae from Nude Sticks. This is something that has been in all the carts, and I've just never actually purchased it. So let's do a little MF1 from Made by Mitchell. And let's see how this goes over the powder. Do I like that shade? I like quite like a rose toned blush. Not blush, bronzer. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's do a little bit more. It is very warm, so if you don't like warm bronzers, it probably won't be for you. I have got very, very pink skin, so I always find a warm bronzer looks quite nice on me. I did also pick up one of the new Tinted moisturiser bronzers from Laura Mercier. This is the shade Sundrop. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to do the perimeters of my face, I think. And I'm actually going to go in with like a big fluffy brush that I would normally use for powder bronzer. I'm just going to take a bit of that on the brush. That's pigmented. And we're just going to move that around the parameters of the face. See how it turns out. Okay, that applies really nicely with this brush actually. Just feel like a more like sheared out effect. That looks really nice. Ooh, I like that. I really do like the tinted moisturiser, to be fair, and also the blushes, so I'm not really surprised I like this one. I do feel like using the big fluffy brush has like used quite a lot of product, but I think it looks really nice, so I'm perfectly happy with that. We've got blush now. This is one of the new iconic Kiss by the Sun multi-use cheek glows in Hot Stuff. This is, oh, I mean, look at that. I'm not going to go too mad with this because I normally go too mad with new blushes. Let's just peel the little thingy-majiggy off so I can see myself. Really peely, how satisfying. Okay, with this little, this definitely, just with this little mirror, I just realised. This foundation definitely slightly picks up on like the hairs on your face, but then at the same time we've all got hairs on our face, so you know. Just taking a bit of this, I'm gonna tap that off. Oh, okay, not as strongly pigmented as I thought it would be. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, I did pull out a highlighter because I didn't actually buy a highlight, but I don't actually think I need it. That looks gorgeous. This shade is just perfect for this time of year. This like spring, summer transition period. It's got that gold shimmer in it. It's almost like a more like orange version of Nars Orgasm. Like a more like reddy orange rather than a peachy pink. That's beautiful. I really like that. Okay, that one gets the big tick from me. Alright, what else have we got? Okay, brows. I'm going to use the new Fluff Up Brow Wax from Benefit. As much as I like my P. Louise brow balm, whatever it's called, it's just such a pain to travel with. So when I saw Benefit brought this out, I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. Doesn't seem to be leaving any sort of white cast. Isn't quite as sticky as I want it to be. Okay, so this is not for you girls who really want... So this is not for you girls and guys that really, really want something that's going to stick your brows to your head. But it's a nice little brow gel. I don't dislike it. Seems to be getting slightly stickier as it dries. It is sort of leaving a little bit of residue. So just like beware of that. But I think it looks nice. It's not anything mind-blowing. But I'll keep going, keep giving it a try. I'm just going to do my lower lash line, and I'm going to use this shade called Flare, I think, which is this gorgeous pinky. I've been obsessed with like a pinky lash line at the moment. Going to take my Laura Faye E30. I'm just going to pop a bit of Bell down first, I think, which is the deeper pink matte in the palette. Just so it's got something to sort of blend with. I feel like you could do a very, very similar look to what I've done with the greens, with the pinks in this palette. Like I said, going to go in with Flare. Let's see how this one performs under the eyes. Really pretty. It matches that blush really well. It's like a deep, like, burgundy shade. And I really love the pairing of the... It's a little bit autumnal maybe, but I like it. We've got the Laura Mercier Translucent Pure Setting Spray, and then I'm going to do my lashes and my mascara because I don't have anything new for them. Oh, that does not smell good. That smells a bit, I'm not gonna lie, it smells a bit sicky. Mist is quite fine though. So you know, I'll work with the smell, but it doesn't smell great at all. But it has sort of just settled that powder in a little bit. It's a little bit patchy on my forehead, but that's where I did the first mist, so we'll let it off. The mister seems quite fine. Not the finest I've ever used. I did pick up this, which is a giant duo glue. I thought this was the light blue one, but it seems they don't sell it anymore. So when I found it on Look Fantastic, I thought, oh, I'm so smart, I'm going to buy that one. But turns out it's the quick set one, and it's massive, so I'm going to be using this for the rest of my life, even though I hate it, but I'll use it because I ain't wasting it. To be fair, it just said Ilo Clear Lash Glue, and I just assumed it was the blue one. And technically it was the blue one, just the wrong blue one. So we're going to go in with my tiny one, because we best finish this one first. Do not freeze me. Don't use me, quite frankly. You know how I do not vibe with this lash glue. It is not the one. These are Dose of Lashes Miss Fox lashes, which are really pretty, like slightly more small lashes. So we're going to pop these on, and then I will come back once I've mascaraed and such and do the lips. Alright, okay, so I've got a little duo from Iconic London today for the lips. This is the Fuller Pout Sculpting Lip Liner in Seriously without any vowels. Cute. It's just called Seriously Cute. It's like a deep pink. Let's just put this on. Oh, this is nice. It's like a... almost like a corally peachy nude. That is a very pretty colour. I like it with this eye look. Then this is the Melting Touch Lip Balm in Sitting Pretty. This one has all its vowels. And this one's like a slightly deeper shade, but with it being a balm, it's quite like thick. It's almost like a lip gloss stick. It smells like sweets as well. The whole mechanism of winding it up seems a little overcomplicated, and you can't unwind it again, so bear that in mind. But that is a really pretty colour, and again, I really like it with the eye look. So that is that. These eyelashes aren't sticking on because that's stupid glue. I'm not even going to fight with it. I'm going to rise above the glue. So that is today's Look Fantastic haul and try on. I do have a referral code for Look Fantastic in the description box. I think if you use my code you get £10 to spend, I think, in like points, so definitely worth using if you've never shopped with Look Fantastic before. They've got a great point system, so it's definitely a shop I recommend. Also, just mentioning, these little earrings are from the clay drop. I just want to call her the cow drop because she makes loads of cute tiny weeny cows. I absolutely love them. This is the finished look. I do hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. You've been fabulous. I've been Call of the Ball, and I'll see you next time. Bye!